Hey everyone, today we're diving into something that every clinic owner and injector should understand, and that's why profitability with Botox or other toxins can vary so much from one provider to another. Whether you're a solo practitioner or running a multi-staff clinic here in the UK, I'll break down what really drives profit and where money might be lost without you realizing it. In a previous video, I looked at how inflation has dramatically eroded the value of toxin treatments over time. In this episode, I'm diving deeper, exploring how clinics across the UK are setting their prices, how frequently they recommend treatments, and the smart strategies they're using to boost client retention. And to wrap it all up, I'll take a closer look at the key input costs that really affect your bottom line, because it's not just about what you charge, it's about what you actually keep that matters. So let's start at the beginning, the first interaction with a potential patient. Now, while there aren't any official stats on this, ChatGPT estimates that around 70% of UK clinics charge a consultation fee. That might be a non-refundable booking fee or something redeemable against treatment. Either way, it affects how profitable that first appointment actually is. Interestingly, Europe's largest aesthetic clinic chain, Therapy, offers free 20-minute consultations, and you've got to assume they crunch the numbers, weighing up the risk of no-shows against the potential to drive more inquiries when patients don't have to pay to get advice up front. Now let's talk about pricing, easily the biggest factor influencing your profit margins. What's really interesting is that even some medically led clinics are discounting heavily. Take M1 Med Beauty, for example. They advertise Botox treatments with GMC registered doctors at much lower prices than the market average. Personally, this isn't a strategy I recommend, but it's likely done to attract more clients up front with the aim of upselling other treatments or skincare later on to boost overall revenue. Now, in multi-practitioner clinics, it's becoming more common to see tiered pricing, where the cost of treatment depends on who performs it. So a treatment with a nurse might be priced lower than with a doctor or medical director, and that usually reflects a practitioner's level of experience or seniority. But from a business perspective, how those practitioners are paid, whether salaried, commission-based or self-employed, can have a big impact on overall profitability from one practitioner to another within the same clinic. Another interesting trend is clinics adjusting prices based on gender. Since men typically require higher doses of toxin, especially in the forehead and frown lines, some clinics charge more for male patients. The goal here is to balance out the cost of delivery and keep profit margins consistent across all clients. You'll also see discounting strategies like buy two areas, get the third free. While it's clearly designed to drive volume, some practitioners do raise ethical concerns around this kind of incentivized pricing in a medical context. Although I don't like the term commonly used for retreatment after first injections, when it comes to top-ups, particularly for asymmetry or underwhelming results, most clinics don't charge. It's often seen as part of the overall service, especially within a 2-week follow-up window. But there are some clinics that do charge for additional product used during a top-up, and that's usually to cover the material costs. Whether you charge or not, it's important to be really clear in your top-up policy so clients know what to expect. And here's something that's often overlooked. If your clinic doesn't charge for top-up injections, the profitability of that first appointment can vary a lot between practitioners. Some injectors will rarely need to top up, while others might routinely offer it. And that usually comes down to experience and how expectations are managed during the consultation. What's surprising is that most clinics don't actually track their top-up rates per practitioner, but doing so could help you spot trends, reduce wastage, and improve margins without compromising care. Another factor that directly affects your revenue and profit is how often patients come back for treatment, and that can vary a lot. In their first year, some patients might return every 3 months, while others only come twice a year. That variation has a big impact on how much annual revenue a single patient generates. To manage this, many clinics now use retention strategies, things like loyalty schemes or incentives to keep clients on track. For example, some offer discounts on repeat bookings, which can improve compliance, but potentially also reduce margins. Another way clinics encourage client retention and boost treatment value is by bundling Botox in with other potentially complementary services. This example includes Profilo or Juvederm offered at a discounted rate. This kind of bundling not only improves client satisfaction by delivering more noticeable results, but it also helps increase the average transaction value. An increasing number of medically led clinics are also using membership models as a way to retain patients long term. You'll often see gold, silver or bronze packages or variations like skin clubs where clients pay monthly and receive a certain number of treatments or perks throughout the year. The incentives vary from priority booking and bundled discounts to free skincare or extra services. It's a smart way to build loyalty and stabilize income, but again, you've got to balance the value offered with the impact on your margins. That said, if you're going to offer incentives, they really do need to be well thought through, not just from a profitability angle, but also from the perspective of ethics and actual client appeal. For instance, offering a chemical peel as a birthday gift might sound generous, but from a consumer's point of view, well, maybe not the most exciting way to celebrate. And finally, whatever you're offering, whether it's a one-off treatment, a discounted package, or a membership, it needs to be crystal clear to the patient what they're actually buying. For example, if you're offering different doses or results-based tiers like standard versus strong Botox, you need to clearly explain the difference in expected outcome and how long each is likely to last. Otherwise, patients might get confused or disappointed, and that can impact both trust and retention. And just to finish up, referral strategies can be great for growing your client base, but they can also make it harder to calculate true profit margins. If you're giving discounts or free treatments for toxin referrals, those need to be factored into your cost of acquisition. On top of that, you need to be mindful of advertising standards and ethical guidelines, especially in the UK, where promoting prescription-only treatments like Botox comes with strict regulations. From my own experience running a CQC registered clinic in partnership with a doctor for 15 years, I can confidently say that well-designed membership schemes versus pay-per-treatment models can be a game changer. Over a decade ago, we introduced a direct debit model with clearly defined value and compliance built in. Not only did patients respond positively, but it had a dramatic effect on our recurring revenue. Following the launch to our patients, this graph shows the monthly direct debit sales over a 3-year period, compounding to over £20,000 a month in predictable income. So if you get the structure and messaging right, this kind of model isn't just sustainable, it's scalable. Of course, when it comes to profitability, we can't ignore the input costs behind delivering toxin treatments. Yes, the choice of product or the dose you use will absolutely impact your margins, but one of the most significant factors is tax. If your business is VAT registered, your margin is likely going to look very different compared to a clinic that isn't. In addition, the cost of delivery of treatment will vary enormously depending on consultation, repeat treatment appointment times, and the costs of the practitioner, or your expected hourly rate if you deliver the treatment yourself. It's not uncommon for larger clinics to have differing remuneration rates depending on the experience of the practitioner, ranging from a standard hourly rate to a commission structure, which can also be a big contributing factor to the overall profitability of delivering toxin treatments. So to wrap up, as we've seen, profitability in aesthetic toxin treatments isn't just about what you charge, it's shaped by the way that you structure pricing, manage follow-ups, retain patients, and handle operational costs behind the scenes. From membership models and tier practitioner pricing to top-up policies and tax planning, every detail matters. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. Love to hear what strategies are working for you in your clinic or what you're thinking of trying next. If you need help in designing better retention processes for toxin patients, please contact me at ronmyers.co.uk. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.